Boom, boom, boom. Hey, internets. Okay, this one is not actually, the beginning of this video is not from a question this time. It's from a discussion I had with a couple people, and that discussion was spawned upon me reading a post from a good friend of mine, Eugene Hong. Eugene is an executive at Target, and we grew up together. We were in the same dance crew together. That's how far back we go. So shout out to Gene, wherever you are in the world. He travels a lot for Target, actually. In any case, he posted a really good article that talked about the state of apparel, fashion, and retail. So how things are getting moved and how production is getting moved. And I feel this firsthand because as this is post-dating, you guys know that I'm the brand director at Boulevard Supply. And so that takes a huge part of my schedule. As the director, I'm running the brand along with my my general manager, and you see her in some of my videos because we work together closely like every day for that brand. Anyways, this article really hit home because it's things that we're dealing with. So a lot of brands that were created more traditionally, and when I say traditionally, I'm talking about within the last 7 to 10 years, but anything recent is dealing with all of the changes that are happening in terms of how the patterns of how people are consuming their fashion. Right? Like how people are actually buying, what people's buying patterns are changing into. And the article was from loosethreads.com, a really good site. I have it bookmarked. I probably read an article from them nearly every week. Really insightful things, not only on fashion, but they go further from that point. But everything fashion in there is super on point. So I like to consume that into my reading schedule. And they talked about how basically the economy came from a supply economy to now a demand economy, right? So we would create brands, like a lot of you guys that are on my channel, this is why I want to share it with you, are coming from the viewpoint of, I'm gonna make this dope brand that's gonna be epic, it's gonna be something the market hasn't seen before, or it's just something from your creation that you want to serve a niche with, right? So you're doing a fitness brand, and it's like, yeah, I do CrossFit, and I do, and I love nutrition, so this is part of my lifestyle where, I want to wear something fashionable when I'm working out, that sort of thing. Or I'm just using that as an example. There's a ton of people in fitness now that are like, how do you know that? He's like talking to me now. Anyways, but whatever your niche is, or even if you're going more traditional with a brand, then you're trying to create something that you think the industry hasn't seen before, etc. And so this is a commentary. It's maybe a warning because I'm going through it too with everybody that I consult with that pays me a check to be their clothing brand mentor in whatever capacity, whether I'm designing an SMU or even one garment or maybe even a logo. I wouldn't go that far, but anything that's more on the counsel side of things, they're counting on me to be on the edge of what this is. And this is why I'm sharing it with you, because if you're looking to launch a brand, it's going to affect you. The older way of thinking is we're going to create this, and this is what we supply you with. This is what we think is dope. This is what we think is amazing. This is what we think is going to be lit for, whatever, forever. It's like a classic piece, classic logo, classic line, right? But now, because people would show up to shops. When I was in my 20s, in my early 20s, I would show up to a shop and go, wow, I'm surprised by this and that. Like, oh, what's new? Wherever you shop, whether it's a mall or a high-end shop that only buys very, very curated, premier elite brands. So I would go there and get surprised, and that's how we would do research and that sort of thing. But now everything can be done on the same thing you're watching me on with your phone, your tablet, your computer. That's the same thing you do shopping on. It's the same thing. So in my other videos, when I say barrier to entry is very low for everyone, at the same time, it opens the floodgates for a million other things, including the way you and every other consumer purchases fashion. So just a kind of a note to say fashion is getting interrupted extremely fast. So now that could be to your advantage. Everybody on my channel is a startup for the most part, right? Because if you're not, then you're already consulting, or reach out to me in some way to help if you're a multi-million dollar like mid-sized brand. But most of my guys are startups. So for all my startups, this could be an advantage because you didn't get into it deep in, right? You haven't put like $500,000 into the business or whatever. You're not set yet. You're just starting to begin the journey of whatever that is. So it's good that you're not in that early where you have to make a shift, right? Like, so with Boulevard or with any other brand that's kind of solidified, they're saying, hey, John, what do we do now? And I'm like, hey, you got to get digital really fast with your marketing, your presence. You got to have that Shopify account. And so if you're starting new, you have the advantage of knowing that it's a supply economy. So that should definitely influence the way you approach whatever you're doing for your business. And in some cases, it might be you slashing your idea and you turning or just pivoting it and changing it to what it is. But think about on-demand business. Actually, I would Google on-demand fashion and see what pops up. Definitely DTG, sublimation, that's all going to come up into the conversation for sure. And maybe more technology like that where people can choose now, and then because of Amazon and any other major online retailer that's trying to compete with each other, when you hit buy, you want it like tomorrow. Okay, so think about that on the business side. As soon as someone hits buy, you got to deliver it like tomorrow. So along with that might be like unique niches, like literally unique niches, like customization, all that sort of thing. So anyways, long video. If you stay with me this far, I hope this gave you some value. But start thinking of your brand in the era that we're in, which is the supply economy and the repercussions that has, so that you can properly set up your business and do testing. Lean startup, okay? Lean startup. My people who know what that is, you better know what that is. Go Google it. But you got to do your testing. You need proof of concept before you really lay in and financially lay in and put money into the investment to say this brand is going to make it. Okay, so just food for thought in terms of how you want to build the structure of whatever's going to be your empire or whatever your fashion brand ends up to be. Hope that helps. Like it now. Okay, share this with people if you think they'll be interested, or if it'll help them out in their journey as well. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Follow me on social media. Okay, I promise I won't be boring. I'll try not to be boring, but I will always have pictures of my family because I love them. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.